What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and I am making this video today because I am afraid for Jussie Smollett's life. I think that it is absolutely disgusting that judge sentenced Jussie Smollett to do time in the same exact jail cell as the man who put a noose around his neck. The same man who put a noose around a black man's neck. Now, obviously, Jussie Smollett is the man who put a noose around Jussie Smollett's neck because he did it to himself. So I am at least somewhat joking here. But at the same time, I'm kind of being serious because I'm somewhat afraid for Jussie Smollett's well-being. Now, I am not a fan of Jussie Smollett by any stretch of the means, and I am definitely not a fan of what he did. In fact, I think that Smollett deserved a harsher sentence. I think that he should be doing more time behind bars than what he is doing. But I'm still a decent human being. I don't wish death upon anyone. Now, if something happened to Jussie Smollett, I wouldn't lose much sleep behind it. But I wouldn't celebrate it either because I don't celebrate, death. I don't celebrate people dying. I don't wish those type of things upon people. No matter how much I don't like people, I don't wish those things upon people. But I am afraid for Jussie Smollett's well-being. Now, after Jussie Smollett was sentenced, he had this outburst in court where he says, "I'm not suicidal. If anything happens to me, I didn't do it myself." And he ranted his way out of the courtroom. And of course, that's what that statement he made right at the end of his sentencing is what everyone has been hyper focused on. His outburst. "I am not suicidal. I wouldn't hurt myself." But to me, that raised a lot of red flags. A lot of red flags for many reasons. Because I think that Jussie Smollett is capable of hurting himself. I mean, why do I feel that way? Well, probably because he literally hired people to beat him up and put a noose around his neck so he could stage a hate crime. Therefore, he has already showed that he has the potential to harm himself. He has already showed that he is also dishonest. Because even now, even all the way to this point that he is behind bars, he is still claiming that this was real and that he is not lying. And I think that is just absolutely, it's hilarious that he's still keeping up with this lie. And it just makes him look worse and worse. But we know that he is capable of hurting himself and he's capable of lying. I think that statement he made was possibly like a prelude to something that he plans on doing to himself behind bars. Now, what will he do to himself? I don't know. Is he capable of ending himself? I'm not sure. But looking at how life is stacked up against him right now, judging by that statement that the judge made before he sentenced him, it lasted for like 40 minutes long, just totally crushing Jussie Smollett. Maybe he feels like he has nothing left. Maybe he wants to go out like a martyr, someone who people will look back on, throughout the history of time and look back on how Jussie Smollett was really innocent and he was killed in jail. When in reality, he did it himself because he's just absolutely insane. And he has reached that peak level of insanity where he will even consider ending his own life to keep the lie going and not to face the reality of what he caused. Or maybe he'll just fake another hate crime in there. He's done it before. Why not do it again? And he's just already setting up an excuse for if anything happens to him, if he pulls any funny business behind bars, like, "Hey, psst, 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 I got a honey bun and a breakfast tray for any guy who could beat me up and fake a hate crime." Who's to say he's not going to do that? Who's to say he isn't trading chicken noodle soups in exchange for ass whippings to keep the lie going that even behind bars, these MAGA crazy racists are after him? I wouldn't put it past him. So am I afraid for Jussie Smollett's life? Yes. Am I afraid for his health? Yes, because after all, he is behind bars with a madman. Someone who is known for plotting out evil, malicious, racist attacks on his own self. How can we trust Jussie Smollett to have this much time on his hands to think out another fake hate crime? What do you think Jussie Smollett's doing in jail? Do you think he's rehabilitating? Do you think he's going to come out of there a better man? Or is he going to come out of there after spending 24 hours a day looking at the wall, devising new fake hate crimes to unleash upon our society? We just made him stronger than what he ever was. And it's almost like, have you ever seen Star Wars? Do you remember when Obi-Wan told Darth Vader that if you strike me down, I will become more powerful than you can ever imagine? That's what we just did to Jussie Smollett. We gave him nothing but ample time and opportunity to sit there and think of new hate crimes. And he could possibly be pulling one off against himself as we speak, and we should all be afraid for his well-being. But for real, I know it's funny and I'm joking, but at the same time, yes, I do believe that if anything, this isn't a big conspiracy of, someone's out to get Jussie Smollett. I think the conspiracy is here that Jussie Smollett is out to get Jussie Smollett once again. He's going to strike again. The question is, what extreme will he go to? Only time will tell. And I want to hear your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and as always, find some time out of your day to not commit fake hate crimes. Do not come up with a Smollett.